What's up? My name is Melissa, and this is Wild on glasshouseradio.com, part of the Howard University Radio Network. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild. I'm so excited today because this guest, literally, she's bomb. She's really bomb. She's humble, but she's bomb. And she just be speaking that fire. You know when someone you know who doesn't think they just be speaking that fire and you gotta really talk to them and really rock with them? This is her. So, let me introduce my guest. Her name is Miss Kayla Dixon. Hey, Kayla.
What's good? What's good?
All right, so before Kayla, comes in here and speak a sermon, because she always gives me life every time she speaks something, let's give a little bit background of Miss Kayla Dixon. Some of the most powerful people in this world are found at the intersection of artistry and social justice. And through her work, Kayla Dixon has found the perfect correlation between unwelcome perception and fashion. Known as the Girl Behind INTERCOURSE, her clothing brand, the INTERCOURSE Collection, cleverly transformed the centuries of old plague of catcalling into educational, revolutionary, and necessary conversations in the Black community. Now, with all the praise, welcome, Miss Kayla.
Thank you so much for that very, very, very warm, and it sounded hella important welcome. I mean, and to be honest with you, I ain't take no bath today, so thank you for all of that. Thank you for all of that. I'm gonna do my best to live up to what you just said about me, but cool, let's go.
Okay, so backstory about Kayla. So I'm an artist, I'm a creative, as you know, and of course Miss Kayla is a creative. And so one of a mutual homegirl of ours was just like, I got this really dope girl and stuff, and we gonna do an interview on her. And I said, okay, everyone's gonna say everyone's dope, because that's just everyone's gonna hype everyone up. So I was like, I'll help you. I'll help you with the interview. I'll be your PA. I'll be your main thing. I'll help you. So I get there, and then I see this beautiful dark skinned girl who's rocking her dark skin to the most high with the most confidence. And I was like, oh, okay, first of all, let's go back. Woo! And then when I went and then she talked about, and she started talking and she started rapping, and her brain, I was like, oh, this is a girl I need to be in contact with. This is a girl that's speaking that stuff. So this is why we're here now, because I love wild people. And Kayla is wild. Listeners, audios, we know that being wild is basically going against the society norms. They do not fit in. They create their own worlds. And I feel like you embody that, honey.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for reaching out to me. And when I read the proposal, and I was just like, wild. I didn't know. I don't know. At first, I felt like I didn't fit into the wild thing, because it was just like, do I really be doing wild shit? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Keep going.
Podcast people listening to this, I've been told that I can't cuss, and that is a struggle for me. So every now and then something might happen. It might get bleeped out, or something might happen. I'm just letting y'all know I'm trying my best not to cuss. All right, but anyway, when I was first reading the wild proposal, I was like, I don't even know if I fit in. I don't even know if I'm wild for real, because it's like, I don't think that I do half the wild stuff that I could be doing. There's so much that I hold back personally. But then I was just thinking about going against society norms, and I was just like, I'm not intentionally going against any society norms. I just feel like I'm doing what feels right for me. I just feel like I'm walking in my purpose, and that might look differently than what everybody else is doing, but I'm not intentionally trying to go against anything that anybody else is doing. So.
Right. Yes, but still though, to me, wild is always a person who's walking in their purpose, who's basically, it's not like they're doing it intentionally, it's just they're in their skin, they're comfortable in their skin. I feel like today's society, a lot of people are not comfortable in their skin. So Yes. Okay, so it ain't about what wild is because you're the wild guest. So let's get right into it.
Okay.
What makes you wild? Just honestly, what makes you wild?
What makes me wild? But that's the thing. I feel like we just said it. I feel like I personally don't. I guess what makes me wild is the fact that I do things out of purpose and not out of obligation. That's like a quote that I live by for at least like the past couple of years, especially in like being creative and being business minded. I realize in my practices with my business, like with intercourse itself, when I do things out of obligation, it doesn't feel right. I don't enjoy it anymore, and that's not like a feeling that I want to take with me every day. But I found that when I get up and do things out of purpose, it feels better. I have a better day. And also I feel like I'm rewarded with the successes that I have creatively as an entrepreneur and just like as a human being. The feeling that I have in just doing what feels right opposed to doing what somebody is telling me I'm supposed to do. I mean, it just feels better to me, and I just prefer to move that way. I'm more fulfilled that way.
No, so, okay, let's get right into it. You have this wonderful fashion line. I love it. It's called INTERCOURSE Collection. Now, most people, when they think of intercourse, they think about sex, they think about that. But when I remember you talking about it, that was not really true. That was the true definition is basically two people communicating. So can you expand on everything intercourse?
Oh, Lord, everything intercourse. Cool. So, what's good, y'all? I feel like I got to reintroduce myself now. My name is Kayla Dixon, the girl behind the INTERCOURSE Collection. Basically, I write messages to black people. It started out as like sexy sundresses, but you know, can I say nigga? Yes. Okay. Niggas wanted the thirst trap too, so I had to make sure they could fit, you know, some of the clothes too, and they don't want dresses. So I've expanded to like t-shirts and hoodies and crop tops and something for everybody that I'm trying to expand. But anyway, I write these messages. They're usually very captivating and raw, to say the least. A lot of makes you laugh, but it's something that's always an engaging statement that makes you stop and be like, wait, we have to talk about what's on this shirt. So I named it the INTERCOURSE Collection because the definition of intercourse is the communication and dealings between groups and individuals. And that's all the clothes are supposed to do, is start a conversation with somebody in your community. And it's supposed to be a progressive conversation that when both of you leave each other, you kind of leave each other a changed individual, or you pick up some type of habit that helps better your life in some way. So I like to put the sexy aspect of it. That's why I also chose the word intercourse, because when you hear the word intercourse, you think of sex.
Yeah, of course.
Can I say dick?
Yes, you can.
You want your dick sucked when you think about intercourse. You want your pussy beat up real good when you think about intercourse. So it's just like mixing education or like healthy life practices with sex. I just think it's the perfect combination for me because I like sex. And I like getting better at things also. So to me it's like putting medicine in the candy.
Oh yes.
Yeah, like putting medicine in the candy. So it's just like if my little boo thing come to me and he's pushing me to be better in some way, but he's like putting it in this really sexy ass box or presenting it to me in this sexy ass way, I'm gonna get better.
Of course.
So that's what the INTERCOURSE Collection is all about. Thirst trapping for the greater good.
Thirst trapping for the greater good. That is a quote. Put that on a shirt, boo.
People keep saying that, but then it's just like that's a whole nother conversation to start. Like, I guess I'm thinking like, how is that a progressive conversation?
That is. Let's get it. We wild. So let's get into it. It is a progressive conversation.
Thirst trapping for the greater good.
Yes, because we're in society that it goes back to what you said, medicine and the candy. And so basically, let's say if something looks immaculate, you know, just everything. Once people just are in it, they're gonna forget about it look amazing. So they just gonna be in it. They gonna wanna just absorb it. Once they, you know, they'll be drawn to the fact that it just looks bomb. And then after they get drawn to the fact that it looked bomb, they'll still want to continue on because they're like, now, dang, I need this information in my life.
True. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess.
But just let's just take it back. Okay, so what is your creative process like? Because with your creativity, it goes everywhere. She's multi-hyphenate, y'all. You know, she sings, she did act, you know, she writes, she plays guitar, and of course, she's a fashion designer, so.
What is my creative process? Drake got this line in a song that says, half the time I got it right, I probably guessed. That's my creative process. Like, there's no definite way that I know how to create. It just comes out something. I cussed again, y'all. I'm so sorry. Anyway, things just come out. It depends. Like, sometimes I can be running away from one medium, and just so happens that the other medium is what I'm supposed to be doing at the time. So, yeah, I've written songs before. I in no way consider myself a songwriter, though, because I have no idea how to write a song. The songs that I have written, it was an accident. I just be feeling stuff, and I turn on music, and whatever's in my head just comes out, and sometimes it sounds right.
Right.
As far as, like, me singing, I think it's always been, like, my first love. I like, enjoy music to my core. I'm not, like, formally trained. I wish that would have been something that my parents invested in when I was younger, but now I have to be disciplined enough to get better on my own. If anybody want to help, y'all DM me, please, because I don't know what I'm doing. The guitar was something that I just picked up, and I'm still not good at it yet, but we do try. Again, if anybody wants to help and do background stuff, y'all let a nigga know. But like, as far as the creative process, usually I'm doing something completely different. Like, I think the last time I started writing something, I was washing dishes. And there was nothing. I like noise. I like there to be noise. I don't really fall asleep in the quiet when I'm in the house by myself, which I like to be by myself, but I need there to be some type of noise. Either there has to be a TV on and somebody's talking, or I need to listen to music. But in those times that those things don't suit me or suit my mood, I'll turn on music and just start singing and just start making stuff up. And whatever is happening in my brain at the time that maybe I haven't said out loud to someone, I say it to myself, and there just happens to be good music playing in the background, and that's how things have happened. As far as the creative process with these clothes, when I first got started, the clothes were created because I was writing music, and some things that I had written down in my notebook that hadn't necessarily made it into a song, I would just, like, paint it on my clothes and just take pictures of it. But I think the whole creating these words in general is just me having conversations with myself, or, you know, things that my creator has given to me to get better at, you know, for myself, and I just so happen to share it with y'all.
Okay, so we have to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be back with Kayla, and I have questions. Hold on. Remember to check out Wild Theme Music playlists on Apple Music. Every wild person needs theme music. Each week, our guest creates their own theme music playlist. Check it out on Apple Music. Go to _wildhuman, WILD human, HUMAN _ IG page, and click the link tree for the playlist. This is Melissa on glasshouseradio.com, part of the Howard University Radio Network. This is Wild. All right, now we are back. So Miss Kayla was talking about just, you know, her creative process, but she talked about letting the creator use her. So can you expand more into just how would you define God?
How would I define God? I don't know if I'm mature enough to answer that, to be honest with you. I don't know if I've defined it for myself. I'm originally from North Carolina, and so I was brought up in, like, a Free Will Baptist church, and I think I've departed from some of the beliefs that I had before. So I don't really know what my definition of God is. I just know that since I've been paying attention, maybe for the past however many years, I feel like I've been connected to somebody.
Greater than you?
Yeah, somebody greater than me.
That's a classic gospel.
Somebody, yeah, like it's some that's been happening.
Keep going.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I keep cussing. Okay. I just like the way that my life has unfolded. It's not like it's every time when I tell you half the time I got it right, I probably guess. It's not because I did anything so great. It's because somebody is leading me, and I get to have these conversations with whoever this creator of mine is. And when I ask for things, whoever it is up there, make sure that I have it. And it might not come to me how I want it or when I want it, but when it comes, I'm thankful because it's just like, you know what? I asked for that. Or maybe I didn't ask for that out loud, but whoever it was knew my heart and knew what it was that I wanted. And whatever it is that I've been doing that didn't seem like it was important at the time or didn't make sense, it has like prepared me for the other steps that are like opening the doors like as we speak. So it's just like, I don't know what the definition is. I just know I feel that there is somebody up there looking out for me, and I'm appreciative. That's all I know.
No, that's real. No, I can agree with you. But using the person above you to use you, how do you open up to let the person use you to create?
I talk to whoever it is up there. Before we even got started on this podcast, I was talking to him, and I'll let you hear. Like, I'll talk to my creator anywhere at this point.
Amen.
Like, when Chance said, I talk to God in public, it's just like, yes.
It's a real life.
Yeah, it's like, it's a real thing. Like, I didn't grow up with a family who made us pray before every meal. I think when I was younger, my mom would probably try and be like, you better not touch your food before you eat. But after a while, that stuff wear off. But now I got to the point where I'll pray out loud in front of people, and I talk to him. I'll be cussing and everything, but he know my heart. And he's working on me.
A cussing Christian. I'm one of those, a cussing Christian. So
yeah, I mean, I talk to my creator the same way I would talk to you.
Right.
And I pray for others the same way. Like, they be sitting there in the room, and like my little boo thing had a birthday, and I want to say that I prayed for him, and it was like everybody was laughing at my prayer, but I was like dead ass serious. But it's just like, yeah, so I ask for him or her, whoever that person is up there. I don't know if they like LGBTQ and they don't go by any of that stuff, but it's just like, I ask that person, my creator up there, it's just like, you have spoken to me through other people and through situations, and I try my best to live in the moment so that I catch those moments, and I'm also obedient to whatever is being said to me. I just try to use those moments, and whatever it is my creator's telling me to do, I try to do it, because when I'm obedient, I also prosper. So.
And then that brings up a bigger question, that the fact that you're using your creator plus sex, because most time people think that the two has to be separate, and also that the creator, when they created us, they didn't create us with everything. They created us as sexual human beings. They created us this and stuff. So to use your business and you still say, I'm letting God use me, but you're talking about intercourse, I just think it's wonderful. So sex has been an act that ladies are supposed to perform but never discuss, and you decided to mix everything together with religion, sex, with true intercourse, because you just talked about saying, you let your creator let you use you, but you're talking about a taboo thing that most people don't want to talk about. Like, how does this all come together in your mind?
I be asking him that too. I often, when a new idea comes, and it just seems like, because it's like business, sex, and you're also talking to your creator, when it comes to like explaining this to like my parents and stuff, it's like, I don't know why my creator gives me these conflicting and I don't know, contradictive, but also just problematic. It's just like, I just feel like the stuff that I be doing be problematic, and it's just like, I'm not a confrontational person at all. I like to be in my room by myself because everybody in there gets my jokes. I don't offend anybody in my room by myself. Nobody offends me. It's safe, and I'm a low-key person. So the fact that I creatively pull all these things together, I don't know. I enjoy it because it makes sense to me. Okay. It makes sense to me. What was the original question? Hold on, let's go.
No. You keep going. Basically, it's how in a world where basically women are posted to the side, you can't be. Rest in peace to Braxton Baker, who just recently passed. I don't know if you're familiar with her, the creative artist.
I'm not familiar with her, but I saw everybody talking about it.
Yes, she was very big. Actually, her services today, her prayers with her family. But she always talked about how her gospel, she was openly out LBGT, and she talked about her gospel. She did gospel music in her mind because her gospel was letting the God creator use her. But in her gospel music, she cussed. She talked about sex and everything. It was hip hop. It was R&B, but it was her gospel because she was talking to her creator. And so I feel in the same way, that's your gospel using, because you're letting your creator, no matter what comes out to the world, whether it's sex, whether you're talking saying pussy or dick or whatever, it's your gospel because you're in tune with your creator, and this is the message he has on your heart to give to the public.
Okay, so I think I can tell a story to help explain, because I be getting lost sometimes with the words. So, again, I think it's all divine timing and placement and alignment. I went to church, and the pastor was telling this story about a son coming of age, and when he was coming of age, of course, he was leaving his dad's nest, and the dad gifted him a Bible, and he was just like, son, anything and everything you'll ever need is going to be in the book. Look in the book. So the son left. He ain't paid his daddy no attention, and he would keep coming back to his father because he needed stuff. He would be in some type of financial bind. He would be like, Daddy, I need this. And the father would be like, son, any and everything that you will ever need is in the book. Look in the book. Son didn't listen, so years go past and stuff is going wrong. As an adult, stuff is expensive. When you was a kid, stuff didn't used to be expensive, but as an adult, stuff is expensive. So finally, years later, the son comes to his dad one last time and is just like, Daddy, I need money for X, Y, and Z. And the dad was just like, son, I told you, everything you will ever need is in that Bible. Go look in that Bible. So finally, the son go look in the Bible, and he finds that his dad had lined every page of the Bible with money. Wow. And the moral of the story was, if you ever want a nigga not to find something, put it in a book. So I think I took that sermon, and just because of the person that I am, as I learn, I want others to learn with me. So how do I make it attractive? Or how do I make it attractive for people to want to learn these things? And sex just happens to be that way. And I can't help that that's how God gave it to me, and that's how my brain works. I can't help it. I don't know. And honestly, I didn't want it to be a business. So when the entrepreneurship comes in, I didn't plan on this happening. It just all kind of lined up this way. So it's not, when at first it wasn't intentional. And I just hope that I'm using it in the right way. And sometimes I do think I have conversations with the creator about what it is that I'm doing and is it right. But for now, it's what I have, and so I continue to use it until I feel like I've grown out of it and my voice is used differently. But for now, it's just like, I like sex and everybody else do too, so I gotta talk about it. And I'm not saying go out here. I can't cuss. I didn't cuss. I stopped myself before I cussed. I'm not saying go out here and do recreational activities with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. That is not what I'm saying. Because me personally, I don't do that. For the past year, I've had sex with one person. So it's just like, I like learning with that one person, and I think it's completely, well, maybe not completely healthy, but I enjoy learning with that one person right now. And that's what I like to talk about. That's what I like to share with other people, that journey that I'm having. So, yeah.
All right, no, so you gave me so many gems and so many pieces. Let's go. Okay, so where are you reading right now? So that's the first thing, because you talked about books, and I'm a book person that I have to read. I love to read. I'm a big person to read and explore. If I need to learn a subject and I don't know nothing about it, I'll go and get a book. So what are you reading? That's the first question. Second question is, why is it so important? You mentioned in the sermon, but why you think our generation, or just it's hard for Black folks to read, for us to really want to go seek out this information, because this information is literally at our fingertips.
So the book that I'm like currently have my nose in, and I don't have my nose in it as deep as I should, but the book that I'm currently reading is The Will to Change by Bell Hooks. I've actually like had the book for years, and I started reading it years ago, put it down, and I picked it back up, let's say the last like 2 weeks. I had a little friction with a little boo thing, and I felt like I needed to read it. So I picked it up and I started reading it, and I paid attention to the parts that I had highlighted years ago. I highlighted new sections this time because I've grown in the past couple of years, and these are things that didn't stick out to me before that stick out to me now. But basically, The Will to Change is talking about men, love, and masculinity and patriarchy. And I'm not that deep into it yet, but basically how like patriarchy is like killing our men and keeping them from being able to love and receive love. So that's what I'm like currently delving into.
That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You really stopped it.
Well, no, you had other questions, so what were the other questions? I'm sorry. What were the other questions?
So keep going with your thought, but like you about to take me to okay, but why is it so hard, you think, for us? You know, it's sadly, until I really came to Howard, even though I went to another HBCU for my undergrad, I was the only Black girl that read. That was like, I was reading like literature, and can we discuss things? It wasn't until I came to Howard, and that's sad because that was another wonderful HBCU that I attended and graduated from. But why do you think it's so hard for our generation to just go read? Like, we're quick to go to social media for the answers. We're quick to go search there, but we won't literally go pick up a book.
I was about to cuss again. Because there's a scene in Holiday Heart where whatever Holiday Heart's friend's name was, she was talking about Wanda. She was like, Wanda wanted them microwave. He said she want everything quick, and that's us. We are built up in the age of microwaves. Ain't nobody about to cook no turkey in the oven. We about to try and put that thing in the air fryer. That's why we don't read. It's just like we want everything quickly. And me personally, I am not a reader. The whole reason that shirt exists, I have a little halter top that says, "Tell me about the books you read," and that get me wet. And I came up with that because I needed incentive to read. Like, I kind of call it my first date shirt. It's just like, if I wear this shirt and it starts a conversation with this young man, I also have to have something to be able to talk about. What am I reading? So it's just like accountability on both parts. I am not an avid reader. I would much prefer to watch Netflix and Hulu than pick up a book. It's gotten to the point now that I've had to like tell myself, you're going to delete Netflix and Hulu because it's basically wasting your time. So, like, it's boring also. Sitting still with yourself can be boring.
Or even sitting still, well, I will say there is a romanticism sitting still silently with your partner, but over time...
A lot of people don't know how to do that.
And that's what I was about to get to. A lot of people, it's like awkward. Like, a lot of people do not know how to sit with their significant other in stillness. And it's like, if the quietness gets too much, they're like, something's wrong. I gotta create some type of trauma. I gotta create a fight. And I'm like, to me, that's pure intimacy. But like, Netflix and chill, it doesn't do nothing for me, honestly.
I thought about something also. Another reason that I think the only reason that I will pick up a book now is because whatever the subject is holds a purpose for me in my life. It's something specific. Like the reason that I picked up this book again was because me and Lil Boo Thing got into a little tiff, and I felt like, okay, I need to read this. I need to read this to gain some understanding. So that's why I picked it up. It isn't because I really felt like reading. That is not it at all. Like I need a purpose to read. It's something specific. Like every book that I have, it's because I actually wanted to learn something. So it also could be that young people aren't interested in learning, or they're just again, this is the slow way of learning. To me, this is the slow way of learning, opposed to everything coming up on your timeline feed and you just having information like that. But this is a process of you sitting and digesting. Like I was reading this book years ago. I put it down and lived life and took whatever it was I read with me and picked it back up 2 years later and reread it and like, oh, that's what happened. So like, I mean, again, we're microwave kids. We want everything quick. So if you can't show it to me on YouTube in 36 seconds, my attention span is too short. But so that might be why we don't read.
But then that scares me because microwave is not healthy for you.
Don't nobody care about that.
I know.
We don't care about that.
Like microwave is not healthy for you guys.
So ain't good for us neither.
I know.
But we drinking it.
I know.
With drugs.
I know.
That's not good for us either.
I know. It goes back to this quote you always say, and now I say it to everybody. And they look at me when the eyes blink, and they be like, Ruth, Chris, pussy, or Waffle House pussy. And I say this every night because one day I was talking to an ex of mine, and I said, I'm Ruth Chris pussy.
Yes!
I said, and he looked at me, he blinked, and I was like, yes, I'm Ruth Chris pussy. So whatever these girls have, they're all Waffle House. And this right here is Ruth Chris.
I love it.
And he literally looked at me with a blink eye and stuff, because he's around the way. He's around the way, dude. So he was like, he just did the blink, blink, blink and stuff. And I was like, shout out to Kayla.
I'm so proud of that song. I'm so proud of that song. And nobody knows anything about it. Only the people in my immediate, who have been in my presence, know about that. But the fact that we can sit here and have like discussions about Ruth Chris pussy and Waffle House pussy, it makes me so proud. But again, this is one of those moments that I created something great by accident. Right. What happened was, a week prior to, me and Lil Boo Thing, we wasn't talking. we hadn't been. I had to cut him off for a little while. I was on sabbatical from him, and it had hurt me. Like, man, I want you to understand. If we cut y'all off,
it hurts.
It hurts us too.
It hurts us more. We're like a mama. It hurts us more than it hurts you.
It hurts so bad to the point. Like, at this point, I've cried, and I'm not over it yet. I've written things down. I'm not over it yet. I've muted you on Instagram because I just can't bear the thought of seeing you on my timeline, because I want to call. Right. I want to see you. So I just want y'all to know, like, yeah, it hurts us too. Anyway, so I'm at work and it's hurt me to my core at this point. I don't know what else to do but write a song. So I turn on music and I start writing this beautiful I Miss You song. But I was at work, so I couldn't finish it. Right. But I have a bad habit of not finishing stuff, so I told myself, listen, you are going to finish this song. Lo and behold, I was at work on a Friday, so I was writing a song on a Friday and a Saturday, and I saw him on Sunday. So, of course, we rekindled, and we're friends again. Been friends ever since. Shout out to him. But, yeah, so the next week after I had seen him, and of course we've been cupcaked up for a while during this week, I don't feel the same anymore, so I can't finish the song. Oh, right. I can't finish the song because I don't honestly miss him. Yeah, I'm not in that space anymore. I'm not in that, I haven't seen you in months and I miss the smell of you. I'm not in that space anymore. So what I do is I turn on a beat and I start saying what comes to my brain, and
Play the creator,
and out comes these words. I heard you fuck with Waffle House pussy. Damn, baby, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that shit be good sometimes, but don't it leave you such a mess? So this is a song that I just start saying, and I'm comparing the qualities of regular pussy to the pussy of a woman who you are aligned with. And in real life, it's not even about pussy at all. It's about the characteristics of the woman herself. Mm-hmm. So when there's a part of the song where I'm talking about, don't you like how thick it is? Don't you like my seasonings? I forgot all the other, like I say something about, don't you like my condiments and all this stuff. And when I'm saying those things, I'm saying that the condiments and the seasonings and all those things that come along with the woman that is aligned with you, that's about her foundation that her parents gave her. Mm-hmm. That's about the energy that she brings when she calls you in the middle of the day to see what you're doing and to see if you've eaten yet, to see if you slept well.
Which a lot of girls don't know. Nowadays they just think that they see Instagram and their relationship's supposed to be an Instagram fairy tale.
Well, sure. I don't know.
You know, like just the real, like you said, keep going. Sorry for interrupting, but keep going. Like the real, like you said, seasoning, the foundation of a woman.
Yeah, like the foundation, and I guess how people are going to disagree with me if I say cater to, but I think...
You want to go into that conversation too? Submitting to your man.
Well, it goes into the conversation of medicinal pussy, because I just think medicinal pussy is just like a mixture of all of the things that this particular man needs to be his best self.
Okay.
And it's the same way with like men and women. It's just like, if the man is aligned with me and he has taken the time to get to know me and understand what it is that I need, and he cares enough to do the work, it's just like he has also created a special batch of love that helps me be the best that I can be. And so that's the difference between Ruth Chris and Waffle House. You go to Waffle House and they just gonna give you the batter that they have. You don't know how long that been sitting out. You don't know how the greens in the salad at Waffle House don't even be green.
Right.
It's just like that. Don't do that too many times. So that's Waffle House pussy. That, like, Waffle House is open late at night. It's always open.
It could be McDonald's. You've never been to Waffle House.
It's cheap. You don't know how old the ingredients are. It's not the best thing. The environment isn't always the best. It isn't catered to you. Right. For you to have the best experience possible. But Ruth Chris is. Like, they got white tablecloths to make sure that your elbows is nice and comfortable when they sit up on the table. They got the elegant music playing when you come in. The temperature is all right. They got a waiter who knows what particular drink you should have with what particular meal. They ask you what temperature you want your steak. They ask you what sauce you want. And then they got these delectable huge sides. I cussed again. Okay, anyway. It's just
shout out to our editor, Rachel, who loves you, by the way. You met her before.
Yes.
She's going to have a time editing this, but thank you, honey.
I apologize,
But
Rachel.
she's giving a great sermon, y'all. She's giving a great sermon, so continue on.
Rachel, I'm so sorry. I am. But, no, I aim to be Ruth Chris. I aim to be medicinal pussy. I've had my time being Waffle House. Waffle House was fun. Waffle House is an experience, but I just don't think it serves my purpose anymore. So, yeah.
Okay. No, but you also brought up a great subject of how women can be Waffle House and then turn into Ruth Chris, because some people think that, you start off as Waffle House, you must remain Waffle House. Evolving. You can evolve.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, like, I also don't want to, like, play Waffle House. Because I'm not going to lie and say if I go to North Carolina and go to the club, when Corona is over, that we not going to go to Waffle House, because I do enjoy Waffle House every now and then. Waffle House do hit the spot.
Yeah.
But I have grown up, and I realize I shouldn't eat Waffle House as much. I've acquired a different type of taste. That's all. I've just acquired a different type of taste. And Waffle House, at a certain point, just isn't enough.
Amen.
That's all.
Amen. That is a sermon. Okay, so we have to take a quick break right now. We're going to cut to a commercial break. But I'm here with Miss Kayla. If you've been tuning in, you know she's just been preaching and she's just been letting the Creator use her. Now you see why I love being around her and the words that come out, because you see I say her sayings in my life. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Melissa, and this is Wild on GlassHouseRadio.com, part of the Howard University Radio Network. And we're here with Miss Kayla Dixon as our guest today. So we're back. So we covered a lot of things. We have gone into the Creator. We have gone into, being a woman, Waffle House pussy, Roof House pussy. But one thing that I really need to talk to you about, because I love where you stand, is supporting Black businesses and also financial literacy for Blacks.
Okay.
And let's go. I know you're very big on art. If you've ever been to Kayla's place, if you're lucky enough to be invited into her, her temple, that she has this most beautiful artwork from Black artists, and she has no problem paying for the art, because I'm gonna let her take it.
Honestly, when you just said how big of a supporter I am of Black businesses, I honestly didn't realize it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I go in the room all the time, and I know where each piece came from. I remember the artist that I bought it from and what the circumstance was. But I don't even think it's like me I think when I get on Instagram now and I see posts like, you have to make it a practice to support Black businesses, I think me supporting Black artists has always just been like something that happened not without even trying. I just happened to be in those spaces, and when I see something I like, I want it. Because I guess you remember watching MTV Cribs and seeing how these people live. I don't need like a huge mansion or anything, but I see beautiful things and I want them in my space. They help to create my space. So yeah, I guess I do support Black-owned businesses, and now that I own one myself, I go and do these pop-ups, and I get to see all these Black-owned vendors who have candles, who sell teas, who sell sea moss drinks, who create their own clothes, who sell sex toys, who sell weaves. Like, yeah, you meet all these different people who do all these wonderful things, and yeah, why would I not support them? And I'm in the space with them. I know I did a pop-up at Black Lives Matter Plaza in the middle of the pandemic. That was wild, but we did it, and ain't nobody get sick. But we did that thing. But I remember in the email that they sent, because I did it very last minute, I remember one of the things in the email is just like, if you're going to be a part of this, we're going to also need you to like patronize with other people that are out there. So I make sure that I do that every pop-up that I do. So my room just gets just more and more full of things that I've acquired from Black-owned businesses. And I'm terrible on social media, so I haven't even like posted half of the stuff that I have, like all the paintings and stuff that y'all see in my room. Like,
it's gorgeous, literally.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but it's just like,
her room is definitely a vibe.
Yeah, but it's just like nobody knows, because I haven't been on social media like shouting these people out, and I'm gonna get better. I just haven't yet. But I'm more of a in-person type of person. I like to tell people I'm much better in person than I am on the internet. So if you were to come into my space and I got to like talk to you personally about the story behind the piece and how I acquired it, it's just like, that's so much better than. But I support Black businesses. I wish that the essential things that are necessary for us to live, I wish that there were more Black-owned businesses in that realm, because at this point everybody got a clothing line, and it kind of like pisses me off myself that the way that I have to spread my messages through clothes. But for now, I'll do it. But I just hope. It has always been in my plans to own a grocery store in my hometown. I just found out that somebody bought the grocery store, so maybe God is gonna switch my direction up. But I want to provide a service that people actually need for survival, instead of just being an entrepreneur who sells clothes. But I get that I'm selling the ideas and I'm selling the conversations. It just so happens that the clothes are the vehicle for the conversation. But as an entrepreneur, I want to provide something that isn't as frivolous, I guess.
No, I understand. And then, some people romanticize entrepreneurship and make it seem like it's so easy. Can you please, expand on the fact that it's not easy at all? It is a hustle. It's a grind. It's not for the weak.
Entrepreneurship requires a self-discipline, and it requires you to use other parts of your brain that you don't have to use when you're working for somebody else. I mean, I don't know if I would say that it has been hard. I think it is a growing process, but me personally, I like the growing process. Right. And it's uncomfortable and stuff. It's uncomfortable sometimes, because I think entrepreneurship has definitely pushed me in ways that nothing else has. Not even college. I don't even think college.
I can agree on that. Entrepreneurship pushes you.
Yeah, and it reveals things about yourself that you didn't know, good and bad. The areas that you're weak at, entrepreneurship definitely makes it more visible. Yes. And also strengths that I didn't know that I had. My entrepreneurship journey has made that more visible. So no, it's not easy. Don't think that you're gonna come up with this product and it's just going to automatically sell and go fly away. There's work that has to be done on every aspect, and I think people have a tendency to be lazy, myself included, and not do the research, not do the work. But I will say, from my personal experience, the more work you put it, more strategic work that you put into it, the better that things turn out. And so I haven't been a full-time entrepreneur. This has been a hobby for me.
Okay.
And I was bartending before COVID hit, and I would spend 5 days bartending just because I was trying to stack paper to make sure I could buy whatever it is I wanted for myself or my business. No expense spared when it came to business. But in order to do that, I need to make sure that I got funds stacked up. So I was bartending, making decent, very, very, very decent money. COVID messed that up real bad, but it's cool because I budgeted. It's fine. But anyway, I would give 40 hours a week to bartending, to advancing somebody else's company, and I got 2 days out of the week to spend doing whatever my business needed, and it didn't grow the way that it should have been grown. So now that COVID is hit, I have the opportunity to spend all of my time and pour all of myself into my business, and over COVID, it grew in ways that I didn't expect. So I'm learning that the more time and attention you give it, the better things are turning out. But then there's just leaving the 9 to 5 and going to doing everything for yourself. When you showed up at your 9 to 5, you had your list of things that you had to do, and you didn't have to think too far into the galaxies to make sure that this business thrived. But when you transition over to, this is my stuff and I have to plan out every single thing from top to bottom, it's a different part of your brain that you have to access. And if you lazy and don't really want to do the work, because you can have a grand idea, but if you don't execute it right, then it ain't shit. Sorry, Rachel. But so it's difficult, but if you love it, if it is your passion, and if you do the work, entrepreneurship can be fun. I don't even want to call it hard. It's just going to be, it's a fun way to grow. I'll put it that way. It's a fun way to grow.
I feel you on a fun way of growing. But speaking about growing, growing is fun. It's uncomfortable, but it's fun. But it's also painful. And she is a bison. Shout out to Howard, HU. you know. So we now have a new vice president who is, you know, a bison lady. And she talked about in her interview with Charlamagne the God how breaking boundaries is painful, is bloody. It's you're gonna get you gotta get to that other side. So you're gonna get cut. You're gonna get, you know, messed up. But it's so worth it. With being a Howard woman, you know, Howard women lead. What does that say? Because I feel right now is a great time to be a Howard woman. Because she went undergrad. I did not go Howard undergrad. I'm going to graduate. But explain what being a Howard taught you as a woman.
I don't know what answer you wanted from me when it comes to that.
You can talk the negative, the bad, breaking boundaries. Because I will say, Howard women, we have no problem breaking boundaries. Like, we do not ask for permission at all.
The person that I am today is not the same person that I was when I was at Howard. So I don't think I really started coming into myself until I left Howard, honestly. So I think when I was actually at Howard, like, I changed my hair and I had different looks and all that stuff. And it was like different. So when I came home to North Carolina, I brought Howard with me. And I guess you could say to everybody else at home, maybe it looked like I was breaking some rules or breaking some boundaries, or that I was doing like all of these wonderful, great things. But in reality, I don't think I was. Not when I was at Howard. So I don't really know. I think I spent a lot of my time at Howard looking at everybody and just observing. And if I'm wild now, which means I'm only giving y'all maybe like 15% of what I have in my tank. Back then, I was like at a 2.
Wow.
I was at a 2. So I don't think I broke anything when I was at Howard, honestly. If I'm breaking anything, it's now. And what I appreciate about going to Howard and watching the women that I went to school with, I enjoy what they are doing. I enjoy their processes. I enjoy how they do the work. Like, I'm so proud of Burgundy Baker. Burgundy Baker was in fine arts. I remember when she was pregnant with her daughter, I remember coming into the office and seeing her have like a bowl of cereal sitting on her stomach. And it's just like, again, that was like maybe her giving her 2%, but now look at her breaking the bounds that she does now. Who else? My roommate, her name is Tiana Thomas, and she works at the name of the prep school. It's a charter school. She's teaching from home right now.
Of course.
And the things that she is doing for her kids to keep them motivated during COVID, and teaching them, and like the ideas that she has about opening up her own schools and bringing everything that came along with her from her background and her upbringing, and all the things that she's learned through theater, and then going and learning about higher education and stuff. Like, I think the leaps and bounds and the breakthroughs that she is making inspires me. Who else? Who else did I go to Howard with that? Oh, Lakeisha.
Yes.
Lakeisha.
Who's actually shooting a movie right now as we speak. Shout out to Lakeisha.
Yeah, Lakeisha. Like, the fact that, first of all, there was a switch that happened in the Lakeisha. So Lakeisha is not one of those people that if she had a 2%, if she was showing you 2% of her wild in the beginning, before she left Howard, she was definitely at a like 30, 40. Because there was a switch that happened to her when she was at Howard that I saw. She like came into herself and she was like fearless. Or like there was like a fearlessness that came along with her at a certain point. That didn't happen to me until afterwards. So I don't think I broke anything when I was at Howard. But I've enjoyed watching all the people who did.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so we are about to wrap up this episode, but we're going to do a part 2. So, yes, but you'll catch her Wild Award. But once again, hey guys, what's up? My name is Melissa. This is Wild on GlassHouseRadio.com, part of the Howard University Radio Network, and you're listening to Wild here on Glasshouse Radio. We'll be right back.